Hello, my name is Kendall Litwin, and the topic I've chosen for my final paper is on media mergers, specifically large media corporations purchasing other media entities. Um, and the question I'm asking around this subject is how do mergers such as these affect media bias and the reliability of media within the news? To give some examples of mergers that I'm talking about, AOL purchased Time Warner for 186 billion in 2000, which that merger later dissolved. Comcast purchased AOL in 2001 for 76 billion. More recently, Verizon purchased Yahoo. Mergers such as these can create a lot of different issues with reducing competition within the marketplace. Whenever mergers like these take place, the Department of Justice gets involved to review the legality of the merger. The goal is to avoid any kind of risk of a monopoly or risk of having too few options for consumers. And of course, when corporations like this merge, the purchasing corporation becomes very powerful and can control the message, which then leads us into the issue of bias and reliability. So full circle. Some of the sources that I've used for this topic. One is on Media Economics, written by A.B. Alboran. It delves into economics as a whole and then transitions into what the economic drivers for media corporations are and what the motivations are for why they would want to spend billions and millions or billions on purchasing a former competitor. Another example of this, another source is Media Mergers and Bias with Rational Consumers. That's by S.P. Anderson and McLaren. That also delves into the economic drivers for media corporations to make purchases such as these, mergers such as these. But it also looks at the political and profit motives on this, and why that's important and different from the last source, besides just the political aspect, is that the profit motives can become key because the message that media corporations put out there is one that wants to drive profit. They want their viewers, their readers, their listeners. They want them to remain interested so that they have viewership, so that they have ratings, so that they have advertisers. So having a profit motive like that can definitely reduce competition and increase bias, because it takes a potential former opposing view and merges it into an already existing view and creates more bias within the news. Another source that I used was David Waterman's examination of the CBS Viacom merger, the effects of that. That takes a more specific look at a particular merger and how that affected the media marketplace as a whole. Another one I used was the Verizon and MCI merger by R.E. Wagner. Now that kind of takes a opposing view, saying that mergers such as these aren't necessarily a negative thing. There's a lot of positives to mergers like this. They can offer consumers more, and there's some truth to that. So some source with an opposing view. Lastly, Paul Wellstone, who was a former senator, incidentally died in an airplane crash after talking about some of this stuff. But growing media and consolidation must be examined to preserve our democracy. This is a view that takes the standpoint of media mergers and less competition being threatening for the democracy, and we've studied some of this in our semester, and how important media is to democracy and controlling the message that gets out there, controlling the information that gets out there, letting us know what the government is up to, sort of being that fourth phase of government, that watchdog oversight committee. So that will be my final paper. Hoping you guys enjoy reading it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this presentation, and please feel free to comment and let me know if there's anything that you think I need to add or need to work on for this presentation. Thank you.